Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 28 of a Selhurst Success Story. Due to injuries, suspensions and international call-ups, we are down to the bare bones of our squad, and we have games against Chelsea and Arsenal in this episode. So, hopefully, our title push isn't derailed too much. Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for another episode of a Selhurst Success Story, and one in which we will take on 4th place Chelsea and mid-table Arsenal with our squad down to the bare bones, really. Before I show you the fixtures and stuff and results into last episode, we look at the squad. We've got Adam Karabek's injured, Yasser Asprilla is ill, Mark Gurhey is on international duty with the Ivory Coast at the Africa Cup of Nations, despite the fact that he's probably going to be a full England international by the time the next release comes out, FM23 comes out. We've got Renan, Mitchell, Joachim Anderson, Camavinga and Tino Livramento all needing a rest. We've got Scott McTominay on the verge of suspension. And we didn't have the biggest squad in the world anyway, to be fair. And also, the players that we have got, players like Mauro Icardi, Edin Nketiah, they're not really good enough for the team. But they're going to have to be on the bench anyway. Fixtures-wise, in the last episode, all the way back at the beginning of December, we beat Brentford and Man United to give ourselves a nice little cushion at the top of the table. Since then, we've finished our Champions League group stage campaign with a 2-2 draw at home to Zenit with a fully rotated team, or it was quite a rotated team. We topped the group and we've drawn Braga in the first knockout round. We got quite lucky, actually, with our draw, and that's at the end of February. In the league, since the last episode, we beat Brighton, beat Bournemouth, drew with West Ham, beat Wolves, and then we lost out. It was a 17-match league unbeaten record. We lost out on New Year's Eve with a 3-1 defeat away at Villa. We were piss poor. We were awful. We then beat Man City. Then we lost 5-1 away in the League Cup semi-final first leg at Arsenal. Odsonne Edouard smashing a hat-trick in the space of 8 minutes in the second half. We'd just pulled one back as well. We were 2-1 down at half-time, pulled one back after 8 minutes of the second half through Mauro Icardi. We had to play, again, a rotated team. As you can see there, look, Pope, Argu, Mansvert, Kaiki, Gurhey. Like, it was a thrown-together team, really. But we looked like we were getting back in the game. Then Odsonne Edouard just destroyed us. We then beat Burton 4-2 in the FA Cup. And then I put more of a full-strength squad out. It was only literally 4 days ago in game. And we got a 5-0 win after extra time. So we're through to the League Cup final again. But we're playing games like every couple of days. Since, if you go back here, look, like all the way through December. 3 days, 4 days, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. And then we had 5 days, until the next game there. Then 2 days, 4, 4. And then we've got 3 days to our next game. Then we've got 3 days again before we finally get a week. Right, but that's enough waffling. Let's get on and play a game of football, shall we? As I said, it's bare bones for this game. We've still got most of our best players, but it's bare bones. Lafont in goal, Argu, Renan, Kaiki, Mitchell, McTominay, De Paula, Elise, Alvarez, Eze, Klozek. Mitchell and Renan are both in need of a rest, so probably won't make the full 90 minutes in this game. And our bench is pretty depleted as far as quality to come on goes. It's a tough game. Chelsea have been playing well. They're back up in the top 4 and hoping to close the gap on us, to be fair. We have a decent gap at the top of the table, and we have got a couple of games in hand over Manchester United in second. It's a bit snowy. It looks like this may be one of our games in hand. Conditions not really ideal for football, are they? Here's Elise looking to get an attack underway, and Klozek. Klozek has been he's a brilliant goal scorer, and then he occasionally just misses simple opportunities like that, and then Renan heads over couple of early chances gone by the wayside. I think before this game we had a 5-point gap over United with 2 games in hand. The chasing pack. Oh, there's a poor goalkeeper mistake, and Hlozek has scored. Poor clearance from the goalkeeper. Hlozek intercepts, and this time he makes no mistake. Lafont with a long clearance. Chalobah went back to his goalkeeper. Kepa went to pass to Rudiger, but his pass was really short. And he couldn't really do much when Hlozek put the shot in. And we are 1-0 up. And despite the fact that we've got injuries, players that are knackered, players on international duty and stuff, we've come away to 4th placed Chelsea, who are playing quite well recently. And we've taken the lead in the first half. And could possibly add a second here. Here's Agu to Alvarez. Agu with a cross and goes straight to the goalkeeper this time. Does this mean they're going to get an attack straight from this kick? Kick right over the top. Havertz to Brennan, Mitchell. I thought Havertz's header was going to find the striker there. But the attack's not over yet. Reece James is going to look to get a cross in. He does. And Renan turns it into his own net. James put the cross in. And there was no need for it. It had already gone past the last attacking player. Renan could have left it. He didn't. And they've equalised. And Kaike's header from the corner is poor. I'm not going to make any changes just yet. I'm going to need to pretty soon. Mount's corner. And that is a good save from Alban Lafont to keep us level. And they're going to look to attack, but the highlight's over, so nothing's coming from that. Right. Mitchell and Renan are looking shattered in defence. I'm going to take Renan off and bring Anderson on. I'll bring Mitchell off. I don't normally do many defensive substitutions unless I really need to. But I want to keep my defence as fit as possible because I don't want to lose this game. Lafont's long ball is dealt with by the defence. And we're going to look to come at us. James back to Havertz. Mason Mount. It's been blocked. And some good defending there from Tayo Adaramola. We're under the cosh in this second half. There's nothing really going forward for us. It's all Chelsea's attack, and I think they might get a second goal here. And no, Lukaku smashes it into the post. Alright, what can I do here to try and freshen this attack up? I'm going to bring Eddie Nketiah on to play on the right-hand side. He hasn't done much for us. Let's see if he can just liven this attack up for us a little bit. James, Havertz, James, Lukaku, and that's over the bar. We are surviving an onslaught in this second half. Absolute onslaught. Chelsea have been in full control of this game. There's Eze. Adaramola finds Nketiah. Can he score? He does! Eddie Nketiah has hardly done anything for us since signing. It says down there his first goal of the season. He's hardly been in the team, to be fair, because he's been poor every time he's played. But Adaramola with a deep cross picks out Nketiah, one-on-one with a goalkeeper. Cool as you like, considering he's not match fit and he hasn't really been playing that well. He's got to be low on confidence. That was a calm, collective finish from a decent attacking position. Lukaku, great save from Lafont. Great save. He's recently signed a new contract, Lafont. What's that? Another one of those mystery penalties where nothing actually happens. He's going to rob us of a victory here. Lafont saves. Lafont saved, pushed it onto the post. It comes back off the post and Lukaku. The heartbreak. I don't know what Lafont was doing though, to be fair. He should have picked it up or just whacked it. In all honesty, Chelsea do deserve something out of this game. Look, they had 22 shots, 10 on target, an XG of 3.9 to our 1.01. But we've come away with a draw, and I feel kind of hard done by that we didn't actually get the win there. Still top of the table, 6 points clear of Man United with a game in hand. A few changes in the team for the game against Arsenal. Some of our players are back to full fitness and don't need a rest anymore. So Livramento's back in the starting lineup. Anderson's back in. Adaramola comes in for Mitchell, who still needs a rest. The midfielders Camavinga and Patrick De Paula. Camavinga back in the squad, or back in the team. Elise, Alvarez, and I forgot to do that one. And Gakpo in for Eze. Lozek still up front, despite the fact he needs a rest, so he may not get through this entire 90 minutes. Last time we played Arsenal at home was just, about a week ago in game. And we beat them 5-0 after extra time to make it through to the League Cup final. But I think they played a little bit of a rotated squad, or a rotated team, because they thought that they had already got the job done with a 5-1 win in the first leg. As you see, odds on Edouard up front for them. Not actually sure what's happened to Benjamin Sesko. I'm not sure if he's still at Arsenal or if he's left and gone somewhere else. Cody Gakpo came to me in between games and said he wants to play, he wants to start more. I've started him 15 minutes in and I'm taking him off because he's injured. What injury is it? Potential thigh injury. It's not really a good start, is it? And I don't really need any more injuries. Suffering enough with them. It's been a pretty quiet first half so far. There's been a few chances, as you can see in the stats, but highlights-wise, there hasn't been much. Here's Elise. Camavinga. Lozek. Finds Alvarez, who makes a great run into the box, but I don't really know what that was. The first highlight of the game and nothing really happened. There's been 11 goals in the last 2 meetings between us and Arsenal. And we've got to half-time with only one highlight and nothing really actually happened in it. It's Adaramola's throw to Eze. Eze to De Paula, Alvarez, Livramento. Beats his man, puts the cross in, but it's cleared only as far as Adaramola. Can he get a cross in? No, he gives the ball away to Odegaard, and Arsenal are going to look to hit us on the break here. Odds on Edouard, back to Odegaard. Plays a great ball to Smith Rowe, and Smith Rowe tries to chip the keeper, but it ends up on the top of the crossbar. Elise struggling, he's playing poorly, 6.4, and his fitness is down, so we'll bring Yasser Espria on, who's back from his illness. Lozek, Elise, and Elise's shot is wide. That's a poor finish. It just shows how poorly he's playing, really, doesn't it? Takahiro Tomiyasu with the header from a corner, and Arsenal take the lead. I don't want to see it again. It was poor defending. We are going to demand more from this team. I'm going to take Lozek off. He's on a yellow card. He's knackered. He needs a rest. Edin Nketiah gets a chance to play against his former side. He come on and scored against Chelsea in the last game. Can he get us back into this game against Arsenal? At home to a mid-table Arsenal side who have been struggling all season. A team that we beat 5-0 just a week ago. Albeit in the cup. And we have performed terribly in this game. We've been absolutely awful the entire game. Look, Espria 6.4, Elise 6.3. The defence was absolutely piss poor as well. A 1.14 XG, only four shots on target, only 39% of the possession. Not even a corner. We didn't even get a corner in that game. I am going to thrash my arms. You were not good enough. It's what going down to the bare bones does to you in Football Manager, I suppose. Players knackered. They can't perform as good as they should. Haven't got anyone else to bring in. It moves Tottenham up to the top half of the table into 10th. We're still top, and we still have a 6-point lead over Man United. But our 2 games in hand could have increased our lead at the top of the table to something like 11 or 10 or something like that. And instead, it's a 6-point gap. All right, we've got a 21 goal swing on the goal difference as well, which is going to help our cause. But I'm not actually happy after that episode. A draw with Chelsea, throwing it away right at the death and being second best the entire game, and outplayed by an Arsenal team who have been shit all season. So thank you very much for watching, even if we were poor throughout, and hopefully you'll join me again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.